Imagine coming home after a long day, expecting to find your family safe and sound, only to walk into a scene of unimaginable horror. On a quiet October evening in 2008, in the peaceful suburbs of Rockford, Illinois, two innocent lives were brutally taken in their own home. Robbie Tower, a devoted father and hard-working construction worker, and his wife Jennifer, a loving mother who had her whole life ahead of her, became victims of a crime so senseless that it would shake their community to its core. But what makes this case even more chilling is the person responsible for their deaths, someone they trusted, someone who lived under their own roof. This is the tragic story of the Tower family murders, a case that reveals how danger can lurk in the most unexpected places. Robbie and Jennifer Tower seem to have everything going for them. They were young in love and building a life together in Rockford, Illinois. Robbie worked long hours in construction, providing for his family with dedication and pride. Jennifer, just 21 years old, was a caring mother to their young son and stepmother to Robbie's daughter from a previous relationship. Their home was filled with the normal chaos of family life, children's laughter, dinner preparations, and the everyday rhythms that make a house a home. But beneath this seemingly normal surface, tensions were quietly building. Living with the Towers was Ashley Martinson, Robbie's teenage daughter from his first marriage. Ashley was 17 years old, an age when many teenagers struggle with identity, independence, and their place in the world. Friends and family later described her as a quiet girl who seemed to be going through typical adolescent challenges. However, what nobody fully understood at the time was the depth of turmoil brewing inside her mind. On the evening of October 13, 2008, that turmoil would explode into violence. While the exact sequence of events remains known only to those involved, what happened that night would forever change multiple families and leave a community searching for answers. Robbie Tower was attacked first, shot multiple times in what would prove to be a fatal assault. Jennifer Tower, hearing the commotion or perhaps confronting what was happening, met the same tragic fate. Both victims died from their injuries, their lives cut short in the place where they should have felt safest. When investigators arrived at the scene, they found evidence of a brutal and personal crime. The violence inflicted upon Robbie and Jennifer suggested rage and a complete loss of control. As detectives pieced together the evidence, witness statements, and the crime scene itself, they quickly identified a suspect. Ashley Martinson was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide in connection with the deaths of her father and stepmother. The investigation revealed disturbing details about the events leading up to that fateful night. According to reports and court documents, there had been ongoing conflicts within the household. Like many blended families, the Towers faced challenges in establishing harmony and understanding among all family members. Ashley reportedly had disputes with her father and stepmother over rules, discipline, and the normal boundaries that parents establish for teenagers. But what transformed typical family discord into deadly violence? Prosecutors would later argue that Ashley had methodically planned the murders, obtaining weapons and waiting for an opportunity to carry out her plan. The premeditation aspect of the case became a crucial element in the legal proceedings that followed. Defense attorneys, however, would paint a different picture, suggesting that Ashley had suffered abuse and trauma within the home, and that her actions, while inexcusable, were the result of a desperate situation. The case gripped the Rockford community and drew attention from across the nation. Here was a story that touched on some of society's deepest fears: the betrayal of family trust, the vulnerability we all feel in our own homes, and the question of what could drive a child to kill her own parent. As the legal process moved forward, both sides presented their narratives to explain the inexplicable. In court, Ashley Martinson ultimately pleaded guilty to the charges against her. The plea deal spared her from a trial and a potential life sentence without parole. Instead, she was sentenced to serve time in prison with the possibility of eventual release. The decision sparked debate within the community about justice, punishment, and whether any sentence could truly fit such a crime. For some, the sentence provided a sense of closure. For others, particularly those close to Robbie and Jennifer, no punishment could ever adequately address the magnitude of what was lost. The ripple effects of this tragedy extended far beyond the immediate family, Robbie and Jennifer's young son lost both his father and mother in a single night. Extended family members were left to grapple with grief, anger, and confusion. Friends of the victims struggled to understand how the young couple they knew and cared about could be gone so suddenly. The community itself had to confront the uncomfortable reality that such violence had occurred in their midst. The Tower case also sparked broader conversations about warning signs, family dynamics, and the resources available to troubled teenagers. Were there signs that could have been recognized earlier? Could intervention have prevented this tragedy? These questions haunted those who knew the family and continue to resonate in similar cases across the country. As time has passed, the Tower murders remain a sobering reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of addressing family conflicts before they escalate beyond repair. The case serves as a cautionary tale about the need for communication, mental health support, and the recognition that behind closed doors, families may be struggling in ways that aren't immediately visible to the outside world. Today, Robbie and Jennifer Tower are remembered not for how they died, but for how they lived. Robbie is recalled as a hardworking man who took pride in providing for his family. Jennifer is remembered as a young woman full of promise, devoted to the children in her care. Their deaths left a void in the lives of everyone who knew them, a void that can never truly be filled. The story of Robbie and Jennifer Tower is a heartbreaking reminder that life is precious and can change in an instant. It challenges us to look beyond surface appearances and recognize when people around us might be struggling. While we can never fully understand what happened in that house on that terrible October night, we can honor the memory of Robbie and Jennifer by cherishing our own loved ones and working to build families based on understanding, communication, and compassion. If this case moved you or made you think differently about the importance of family dynamics and mental health awareness, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll stay connected with more true crime stories that explore not just the crimes themselves, but the human stories behind them and the lessons we can learn. Give this video a thumbs up if you appreciate thorough, respectful coverage of these difficult topics, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think could have prevented this tragedy? Your engagement helps this channel continue bringing you well-researched, meaningful content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore another case that reminds us why understanding human nature matters now more than ever.